Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for our Village of Alsip board meeting. Today is January 17th, 2022, and we're going to call this meeting order at 7:32 p.m. Can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Dalzell is absent. Trustee Juarez? Here. Trustee McGlawhorn? Here. Trustee Murphy?
Here.
Trustee Navas-Barza? Here. Trustee Peretta?
Here.
Mayor Ryan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, officers' reports, starting with mine. I was just talking with our engineer, Will Dolan and Mike Frater from Public Works, and I did get some paperwork today. We're going to work on this, the Southwest Conference of Mayors, put out the information today for a call for projects. That starts today through March 18th, and they sent me like a 47-page user guide, a methodology for the surface transportation program, and a guideline booklet too. So these are all, Mike, like we said, and Will, these are all federal street programs we're going to look at, right? Right. Anything off the top of your head? I know did we finally get enough funding for 131st Street, or are we still a little short on that?
As of right now, we think we have enough.
Okay.
As we get into the phase 2 engineering, we'll have that nailed down more. But
okay.
We've got about $9 million in funding right now.
That's awesome. So. I know that started with my predecessor yet too, with getting that going. This is a long time coming, but I can't wait to reconstruct all of 131st Street over there. I mean, we still get Chief. We get a lot of pretty good frequency of traffic back there yet too, right?
Get enough back there, and it's horrible on our vehicles.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we'll be working on that. You know, one other thing, trustees, I wanted to bring up to everybody. I can talk about this more at committee if you wish, but we get these notices every year for. I'll just simplify it. This is the music. It's from ASCAP. It's about it's about a $400 charge for licensing. It's $390. This is the music that plays in the background when you watch Channel 4 on Comcast TV. Did you ever see the government access channel? You know, David, Trustee Pratt, it's all text. That's the tough part. Like, you know, and I have IT programs this thing all the time, you know, but we can't put pictures or moving anything on there and stuff. But it is informational. We put a lot of things on our new businesses and that kind of stuff. I'll bring this back up at committee if just in case anybody has any conversation about it, but we pay roughly $400 a year for the background music for that and stuff. And it's kind of like you're listening to the radio. I forgot what station it is. But I leave it on in my office all the time. It's actually pretty good stuff. But I just wanted to bring it back to you folks. I think if you didn't have the music, I think it would be awful boring enough. You wouldn't watch it, that's for sure. So one might kill the other is what I'm saying. So I'll talk to everybody about it next week. I didn't have more of a report this evening except for that right now. So we'll go to the clerk's report.
Thank you. I have the approval to post in-house for 1 week and then post externally to fill a full-time clerical position within the clerk's office to fill an open pre-existing position. Approval of the January 3rd, 2022 board meeting minutes. Approval of the December 2021 FOIA report, and presentation and approval of the January 10th, 2022 committee meeting minutes. And that is all I have, Mayor.
Okay. Next, with the attorney's report, we have Joe Kankar with us. Joe?
I have nothing at this time, Mayor.
Okay. And then our engineer's report, Will Dolan?
I just have 2 construction updates. The IEPA water main project should be finishing up this week with the remaining services on Kaminsky and 115th Street. I think total project was about 7,700 feet water main. So I think overall it went pretty well. Yeah. And then the sewer lining or storm sewer lining in Chapel Hill should start Thursday or Friday this week.
Okay. I go out every other day, and I just kind of look at the progress a little bit with the water main replacement. It looks like they're doing a great job, and I know it's a difficult task, where they're getting into all the parkways and whatnot. Can we actually run our sweeper truck at this time of the year? 'Cause I don't want to make a mess out there, but there's a ton of mud everywhere out there, too.
I'll ask the contractor to get a sweeper out here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
it
that-
should be their responsibility.
That would be on them?
Yeah.
Okay, to do that, great. Okay, yeah, if you would. We've only gotten a couple of complaints to our office, but obviously it's residual. I mean, you're going to have that with these machines running and everything else and stuff. But yeah, Danny, if you can ask them to get a sweeper truck down the street, that would be great. Thank you. Anything else, Will?
Nope.
Okay. Public forum, did anyone in the audience wish to address the board this evening? Nobody? Then we'll go to our standing committee reports. Finance and IT, Trustee McGlowan.
First, I have a request for approval of a list of payroll dated January 14th, 2022, totaling $446,482.96. Next, I have a request for approval of a list of accounts payable dated January 17th, 2022. From the recap, General Fund, $322,142.85. Road and Bridge, $28,948.01. MFT, $7,311.51. Pulaski Road Corridor TIF, $1,080 even. Liability and Workers' Comp Insurance, $44,245.70. Health Insurance, $1,729.36. Water and Sewer, $587,159.06. Sanitary Sewers, $498.82. Heritage, $142,333.02. Retiree Health Insurance, $882.36, for a grand total all funds of $1,136,330.69. Next, we need to approve the fiscal year 21 audit that we just had the presentation on last week, along with the fiscal year 21 OPEB report. And finally, I have a request for approval to post in-house for 1 week and then post externally for a part-time administrative support position within the finance department to fill an open pre-existing position. And that's all I have at this time.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have the Fire Committee report. Trustee Murphy.
I have presentation and approval of the yearly report for 2021 based on our National Fire Incident Reporting System data. I have a presentation and approval of the monthly report for December 2021 based on the National Fire Incident Reporting System data. And I have presentation and approval of the Fire Prevention Bureau report for December 2021. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Next, the Police and Traffic Safety Committee. Trustee Dalzell's not here.
No report.
Okay. Then we'll go to the boat launch Public Work and Boat Launch. Trustee Juarez.
I have an approval of the December 2021 Public Works Department monthly activity report. That's all, Mayor.
All right. Only because I'm looking at this, guys, between Public Work and Water, do we need anything we should start thinking about? We've got about a 3-month window here before we open the boat launch again for the next season. Anything we should be looking at?
I'd have to go through the end-of-year inspections, but I don't think there was anything major.
Okay. How about, like, even small things like toilets and things like that, are they okay? Do we need to replace anything?
That's something we're going to inspect and look at.
Okay. That's what I'm saying, even small stuff like that. I know do we still have the stainless steel stuff over there right now? That's what I thought. I mean, I know it's lasted a long time. Is that they're in still pretty good condition and all that kind of thing, too?
They look to be. I think some partitions are probably going to have to be replaced inside the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Again, we'll look at that.
Okay. No problem, guys. I'm just looking at this and thinking as I'm reading it and stuff, that's all. But, yeah, let's talk about that, because we've got about a 3-month window before we open up, and if there's something we want to address, let's get that going. Okay. Next, Sewer and Water. Trustee Nava-Esparza.
Thank you. I have the presentation and approval of the December 2021 Water Department monthly activity report. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay. Thank you. Next, Building and Health. Trustee Peretta.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I have a request for approval to post in-house for 1 week and then post externally to fill a full-time clerical position within the building department, to fill an open pre-existing position. Next, I have a request for approval of the December 2021 Health Department Monthly Activity Report. And next, I have a request for approval of the December 2021 Building Department Monthly Activity Report. And that's all I have, Mayor.
I just thought of this as I'm reading that job description, that Clerk Harding, I apologize, I didn't bring this up earlier. Do we have any kind of, I'm just looking at the education and experience, and it's probably isn't the right department, but in these job descriptions, are we asking, at least in your office, up in the clerk's office, are we asking for anybody bilingual or anything like that? I know we can't do that in-house.
It was on there previously before Siobhan was hired. I read through it. I can't remember if it's still on the posting.
So I wanted to just
I think she used the same posting from when we were out before when Siobhan got hired. I'm trying to get to it.
Okay. That was always kind of important to me. I know we can't obviously maintain that for any in-house transfers, but should we go to the outside for this?
I know when it was posted on Indeed last time, that was something that I believe Charles added in to the description. It was a question that was asked on the Indeed site.
Okay.
But I'll double check this. If it's not on there, I can get it put on there.
I think it's important to do that.
Okay.
Next, we had the Human Resource and Insurance, Trustee Murphy.
I have a discussion and approval to change the broker of record to Alliant Insurance for compensation insurance effective 5/1/22 through 4/30/23. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Trustees, I'm the one that kind of spurred that conversation to ask you to go out for a request for qualifications for the workman comp insurance. And I know everybody got back. We only had 2 submittals from 2 companies. And did anybody have any questions on that? Okay. So,
Can I just confirm the expiration on the effective date? It is supposed to be 2023. It's only a 1 year.
yes, we renew our policies.
I just wanted to
every
make
year.
sure.
Okay. Well, I'm glad everybody had a chance to read the submittals. Thank you. Next, we had the Special Committee Reports, Economic Development, Trustee Nava Esparza.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no items to be voted on this evening, and I know that we had a brief conversation about perhaps exploring ways that we could utilize TIF funds for beautification efforts, so hopefully we can continue that conversation.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
And
you.
I was telling Trustee Nava Esparza earlier, we did get notice, Roger, where we, Gas and Wash was hoping to have a grand opening like by May 4th, right? Yeah, so everybody keep that in mind. Construction seems to be going pretty well over there for that project. And then you and I were talking about some other drawings that we just had come in and stuff here too. A couple new homes going up on the west side of town.
Homes on Leamington, and also the addition going on to the Park District.
Oh, yeah, the addition to the Park District, right. How are we doing with that 40,000 square foot warehouse on 127th Street?
They're working with IDOT and MWRD at this point.
Working with IDOT and MWRD? Okay. I know the MWRD, obviously compliance stuff is really, they doubled all of their water capacity and everything else and stuff, so. Will, you run into a lot of problems at your company with that too, with all these new requirements and stuff?
They're not necessarily new.
Okay.
I mean, they are what they are, so we're kind of used to it.
Yeah.
It's just not easy getting through the process.
Okay.
So there's a lot of hang-ups.
A lot of work. That's what I'm saying. With doubling the retention for a lot of these water retention and stuff, don't do it for a lot of these properties. So, all right, thank you. Next, we had the village properties. Trustee McGlohan.
No report this evening, Mayor.
Okay. Then we'll move to, thank you, ordinance and legislation. Trustee Parada.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a request for approval to authorize the Village of Alsip to opt in and participate in the settlements of nationwide opioid litigation against the three largest pharmaceutical distributors, McKesson, Cardinal Health, and AmerisourceBergen, and against one manufacturer, Janssen Pharmaceuticals, Inc., and its parent company, Johnson & Johnson, and to authorize Attorney Gary Perlman to execute all participation and settlement documents on behalf of the Village of Alsip. Just a quick overview. There are two proposed nationwide settlement agreements. The proposed settlements require the distributions and Janssen to pay billions of dollars to abate the opioid epidemic. Specifically, the settlements require the distribution to pay up to $21 billion over 18 years and Janssen to pay up to $5 billion over no more than 9 years, for a total of $26 billion of the settlement amount. Of the settlement amount, approximately $22.7 billion are earmarked for the use by participating states and subdivisions to remediate and abate the impacts of the opioid crisis. Each of the proposed settlements had two key participation steps. First, each state decides whether to participate in the settlements. Illinois joined both settlements. Second, the subdivisions within each participating state must then decide whether to participate in the settlements. Generally, the more subdivisions that participate, the greater amount of funds that flow to that state and its participating subdivisions. Any subdivision that does not participate cannot directly share in any of the settlement funds, even if the subdivision state is settling and other participating subdivisions are sharing in settlement funds. So basically, I think this is going to be a good thing to get into.
It's just our commitment to support what the state's interest may be to do that, and if you don't opt in,
Then
there's that much less of a chance of making a case, that's all. If and when that's ever settled, but that's obviously just an initial demand, so thank you, trustee. Next, we had the planning and zoning and licenses, trustee Juarez.
We have an approval of a list of licenses dated December 23rd, 2021 through January 7th, 2022. That's all, Mayor.
All right, did anyone have any petitions, presentations, or communications you want to share? All right, did anyone want to remove anything from the consent agenda? No? Can I get a motion then to establish the consent agenda as established?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call number 1 to establish consent agenda. Trustee Dalzell is absent. Trustee Juarez?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Navas-Barza?
Yes.
Trustee Peretta?
yes.
Motion carries to establish consent agenda.
Thank you. Next, can we get a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call number 2 to approve consent agenda. Trustee Dalzell is absent. Trustee Juarez?
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Navas-Barza?
Yes.
Trustee Peretta?
Yes.
Motion carries to approve consent agenda.
Thank you. Did anyone have any unfinished business? Any new business? Real quick before I adjourn, Trustee Navas-Barza, you had a great point about it, and we will get together and talk about some of those TIF beautification ideas and stuff yet too. Let's Bob, let's plan. Let's do it at next week's committee or next committee meeting. I think we're off next week, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because we got 5 weeks, so we'll talk about it in 2 weeks when we come back and stuff then too. I'll have some ideas if you have some as well. And Trustee Navas-Barza did point out a couple of important spots too, like along Pulaski. You know, there's a couple of spots that have empty signage. You know, you just have a frame standing up doing nothing, that kind of stuff. So I'll consult with our attorneys as well too, just to make sure if that falls within a TIF that we can actually have that removed, or if we can order the person that owns the property. We've done that before, yeah, too, and go along with that as well too, because the place looks good. The construction's going to be coming up now with the spring, and so we want to do our part to make sure it looks great on our main streets. And I'm also going to make sure that the gentleman from Charles Branch from Next Site has a report for us. He's going on the deal-making show he was at down in the city on economic development. So I'll ask him to have it ready for our meeting next time.
Okay, yeah, I saw some beautification grants, but the examples that I saw were in Louisiana, so I'm not sure if that would also translate with Illinois in regards to TIF usage and so forth. So I just want to make sure that we're okay with how we want to utilize the TIF funds, if we
Yeah.
wanted to go in that route.
Okay. All right, we'll do that in 2 weeks, and I'll get everything ready for that.
Okay.
And also, Trustee Prado, you and I talked earlier, we'll talk more about building permits and all that kind of thing. We want to get the ready before springtime yet, too.
All right, very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. We'll adjourn this meeting then at 7:52 PM. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.